Good afternoon, YouTube, or good morning, depending on where you're at. I think it's still a bit of the morning, but we get closer to 12. It's kind of like the afternoon, but still it's morning. But anyway, it's the mail away George Page, aka the Emperor of WMA Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, last night we had a big event for WMA. As you know, they had UFC's in Vegas 69, where the headline of the event was Jessica Andrade versus Erin Cold-Blooded Blanchfield. And like a lot of people, generally like a lot of people, I felt certain that Erin's gonna get cooked like a hot pocket. But she surprised your boy here. She surprised us. As you know, this was possibly a shot for the next for a title shot for her, and it's also for maybe a title shot for Jessica Andrade. As you know, originally Erin's opponent was supposed to have been Tyler Santos, but some stuff happened. I think there was issues with, visa issues with one of her corner people. Plus, Taya, she's kind of like in a mess right now. My man coach is dropping this, how she was lying about certain things. And also, it's just, this girl, there's a good chance that Taya might not get her rematch with Valentina Shevchenko. So, and Erin, there was a lot of people who felt that, Erin didn't have a chance against Taya because I think Taya is a strong opponent. I think she's pretty big for a flyweight, but it was just I think right now Talia is kicking herself in the butt right now because the thing is, I remember I was talking a while back. I remember Ruby was supposed to originally do a fight, but she couldn't make it because of visa issues, and that's why I say like this: a lot of these competitors, I know you feel comfortable when you're in your home country. And I think, I understand that. But your job is here in the United States. And like anything, when you have a job where, you might as well work closer to your job. That's one thing. One of my jobs, like I said, three of my jobs I had was close to home. That was when I worked at the gas station, when I worked at Sophie's, when I worked at the strip club. Other than one job where I worked at in Dillon was a cold storage plant. Where I worked for this manufacturing plant, both in Lumberton, two of them. There was like U.S. Code and also Quickies. And when I worked at Smithfield. But the thing is, you always want to have a job closer to your home where it doesn't have too much a commute. And, and you live in another country, that could be a problem. I mean, there's been fighters who missed a fight because the fact was visa issues. And to get in the United States, it's tough. If you have anything, especially if you have any kind of criminal record, you can have anything far as a jaywalking ticket, they won't let you in. Especially Brazil. Brazil is one of those countries there's a lot of corruption in it. My man Coach talks about this, a lot of issues with there. I know back in the day there was like, the Perry can come out of me. There was a lot of porn stars there was in Brazil. Problem is a lot of women couldn't come over here and do work in the United States because many of them had solicitation beefs, meaning they were busted for prostitution. And they see that on your record, say, "Oh, I got busted for this." Oh, you can't come in. In other countries, I think it's a lot easier for people to come in. Especially if the crime's not too severe. But America, they're very, it has a very tight, high standard of rules when it comes to dealing with people outside of the United States. So anyway, it was last night. I didn't get to see the fight. I did hear some people talk about it because I don't watch ESPN that much, and like I said, it was a pay-per-view. I'm not paying Dana White any money. If it came on ABC, I don't have a problem watching ABC. That's free TV. But I do have cable, but I don't watch it like that. But this was, like I said, this was a fight for possibly both these ladies a chance for a shot at the champ. And just like I said, this fight was really a do or die. Erin's getting pushed. She's like number 10 on the rankings, and then her last fight against Molly Meatball McCann, she pulled out with a submission. And Jessica Andrade, it was no more than barely a month with a fight against Meth Head Murphy. That's what I'm going back to. I know you guys don't like it, but you know what? This is my channel. It's my right to say it. Where she just beat the living, loving breaks off of off of Lauren. I mean, Lauren looked like at the end of the fight, she just looked like a Cro-Magnon woman. Her whole eyebrow was like swole. I mean, and I was thinking like anybody else. I felt certain that Jessica Andrade would come in and murder this girl. It's gonna be murder, like Ja Rule, holla holla. I felt certain that she was gonna get murked, but she pulled out a surpriser. UFC they kind of tight about when you show any day video stuff like that. That's why some most time I go with photos. And this happened in the second round. And like I said, and for my list of people like Tay Tay and my man the coach and WWE Addict and also Combo Working 99 and other guys who do this is one of the few times in her career that Jessica Andrade has been submitted, other than her fight against Mari No back when she fought at 135. This fight here, she got cooked. Jessica got cooked. Now I felt like this was like the second round, and it was like a minute and a half in the second round. And somebody said this was faster than when Valentina beat her last year. It was last year. It seemed like it's been a while. Yeah, faster than Valentina beat her. And Valentina was just tossing around. Like, I mean, I was like watching people and acting like, saying like when Valentina was gonna fight, Jessica, people was acting like, oh wow, Jessica beat Valentina. Jessica beat Valentina. But it ended up like you remember Infinity War, when the Hulk was fighting Thanos, he was doing pretty good. But then Thanos took over. He just dusted the Hulk. I mean, it was just this happened to Jessica Andrade. The Hulk got dusted by Thanos, and then to lose this fight to Erin Blanchfield, and she took the fight last minute notice. I mean, like I said, it was only barely a month for a fight against Lauren Murphy, and other than she didn't take a lot of damage to her fight with Lauren Murphy. But you know what? I got to give a shout out to the young buck, the cold-blooded. And she did something that a lot of ladies not doing enough in MMA. She called out the champion, and for that, she got rewarded. She got the 50, performance of the night, which is $50K. You usually get it for a knockout or a submission, and she got $50K. And that's nice. You got to think about it. You get your money for show, your money to perform, and you get the extra $50K. So she's walking away between what she got for coming for the show, what she gets for competing. She might walk away with like a nice little purse for herself. After taxes, pay your managers, your trainers, all that other stuff. She gets a good chunk of change. So, and a lot of these fighters, they can use that. $50K, it can go a long way depending on how you use it. So now, but also there was another fight on the card. It was another women's fight. It was women's 135, and it was Mara Brandon versus Leon Landsberg. And I think Leon Landsberg, I think she needs to go ahead. I think is it Leon Landsberg or Gina Monson? One of those two women, they might need to be cut. They've been there too long. And also Mara got to get a nice bonus. She won her fight by toe hook submission. And I mean, I don't know how what's the face didn't try to hit her or push herself. I mean, I think she just gave up. And Mara, she fought at 125, but she went to 135. So these two ladies get the opportunity to make a nice little, nest egg for themselves. So congratulations to both these ladies. But as you know, coming up next month, and it won't be too long ago. Won't be just at least a week away. We will be having Alexa Grasso versus the Bullet, Valentina Shevchenko. And with this fight, there's no doubt that Valentina's winning. There is no doubt. I can't Alexa. I I don't see Alexa winning this fight. It would be, you know, if she wins, it's gonna be by a miracle. Because like I said, Jessica is one way, is one person. Jessica Andrade is one dimension. She always liked to use her strength. How she beat Rose, how she took Rose and slammed her, or how she knocked out Karolina Kirikovich, or but she has been beaten. She's been beaten by Mario Renault, who beat her. She's been beaten by Joanna Jacek, who has a better you know takedown defense, and also she throws more volume. You know, what happened to her to Weili Zhang? Weili Zhang put her to sleep, you know, and she tried to rush her, like that. She tried to use that same bull in the china shop method she always used, but this time the china shop beat the bull. So, but people saying maybe, is it too late? Because like I said, from the fight, I don't think they could say that if something happens to Alexa, if she, because of injury or something like that, could Erin step in? I mean, like I said, her fight, like I said, the fight's only a week away. Would that give her enough time? Or they could push the fight back. As you know, this it's gonna be Alexa versus Valentina is gonna be on, I think, UFC 285. That's coming up next month. And and there's not that many WMA fights on that card. I think there was supposed to be at least three. As you know, originally supposed to be um, the Lion Ass Queen, Mana Nunes, supposed to go up against Irene Daniel, but instead she said, "Nah, I'm gonna duck the fade." And I hear people say, "Well, she's bored," but no. Anytime you're with an organization, they tell you, "Hey, we gotta fight you for the fight. You gotta fight them." Boxing, they do that about all the time. But every now and then you have people who say like, "Oh, I'm above the organization, so I ain't gonna take a fight." So they duck the fate. So possibly, if something happened to Alexa, could they might put Erin in her place and push a fight between her and Valentina? Because she called out the champ. He said she wanted the winner between Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. And the fact is, we all know who's going to win this. I mean, there's no doubt with this situation with Erin and Jessica Andrade, I felt certain. I was saying, hey, this girl's gonna get cooked. This girl's gonna get beat up, but she pulled it off. I think this is the one of the biggest, I won't say the biggest upset. It's one of the first upsets for this year. I think honestly it's one of the upsets for this year. Not the biggest upset, but one of the upsets for this year, because you never know. The year's not over yet. It's just started. We're just 2 months into the new year. It could be some more upsets on the horizon. But this one with Jessica Andrade was upset because a lot of people, and Jessica, she took this fight, like I said again, 3 weeks notice, because she just fought Lauren Murphy. She didn't take a lot of damage at Lauren Murphy fight. Lauren Murphy did take a lot of damage. I still say like this: throw the damn towel, throw the damn towel. And the thing is, you shouldn't be afraid to save your fighter from themselves. Don't. It's crazy how they say like, "Oh, a fighter want to go on this shield." No. No one should be going out on the shield. That is, that's old, archaic, medieval time junk. Let that stuff go. It's just not medieval times. But like I said, I mean, Erin, she really pulled off, I would say, one of the biggest miracles in the world. Now, I'm gonna show you a little clip. This is from Erin, where she's talking to, I think it's one of the guy, Felter, I think, forgot his name is, and she's talking to him because she just won, and she's like I said, she's young. I think she has that more of the aesthetics that you want to see more. She's more, she's not like as stand out as like some of the other ladies in the game, but she is an up and comer. And this is from the our Lions Den. It's posted by man, my man, I think it's Jason. I think Jason posted it, and it's from our community. The Lions being women's mixed martial arts community, and I saw he posted it. I think this morning, And this is yeah, it's Erin Blanchfield talking with Paul Felter. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Here it is. Give me a minute. And she I think she has the opportunity to really prove herself. So
Your winner, Erin Blanchfield, ladies and gentlemen. What would you like?
Give me the winner of Shevchenko versus Brasso next.
That's what you want? How's that going to play out if you get it?
I'm going to win the title and be the UFC champion.
There you go. Let's hear it for your winner, Erin Blanchfield, ladies and gentlemen.
I like her confidence. I like her confidence. But the fact is,
what would you like?
Give me the winner of Shevchenko.
You're not going to beat the champ. I like her confidence, and she believes that she can, but you're not going to beat the champ. I mean, you can go in there and you use all tools you have. I just honestly don't see her beating, Valentina. Now, what they could do is, instead again, if something happens, like if Alexa Grasso gets injured, like during her training camp, or she gets sick, we still have the the virus is lingering around, and also other things. I remember some ladies who competed at the Vegas a while back. They got sick because you never know what happens. Life is unpredictable. That's why that's why life is so unpredictable. But there could be she might get shot, or did I say what let's see how you do. They might try to test against someone like Mamnon. But the fact is, Erin does have those particular your looks. She's very more plain Jane looking white girl. I think that's where they'll push. We got a man here, Kale the Wanderer. Erin floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. Erod. I mean, you spell her name. It's Erin. KLA's RIN. RIN. ERIN. But she did what she was doing was from what I've seen from what people heard that she was putting up better striking compared to Jessica Andrade. Jessica Andrade likes to load up a lot when she throws her punches, and she uses some of her punches. Like also Jessica like does body shots and stuff like that. And also Jessica, even though she may not be BJJ black belt, she is a brown belt. But Erin, her style's pretty good. I mean, it got her to, when she gets, Jessica's back, and she took her down and choked her out. I mean, come on, this is Jessica Andrade. I'm surprised Jessica Andrade didn't take her and just flipped her over and just started dropping hammer fists on her. But she was able to slap that rear naked choke on Jessica Andrade, and just boom, it was over. I mean, I'm telling you, But the fact is that even though she did this showing herself, just not certain that she is going to win. I'm just one of the people. I think that it's going to be still. I think if she does get the title shot, it's going to be it's going to be. I think as this fight coming up in March. It's going to be I think Valentina's 8th title defense since she won the title, and that's going to be a record. I think she's going to surpass, I believe, Demetrius Johnson, DJ Mighty Mouse, who's been fighting at one championship. And then if she gets a shot at there's a possible shot between her and Erin. I think it might come around about the summer. You know how it is. I think because Valentina, she has to stay active. We got my man here, Marcus Bell, all the way George Page coming through, smashing that like. Thank you, Marcus, for smashing that like. He says also, my man, okay, does Erin does scissor holes? I like that. No, she does not do that stuff. KLA, no, she's not. She does not does that. She is a professional fighter. She's not one of those women that you like. she's a professional fighter. I think some women some women do that. That's like maybe OnlyFans like that, but not her. She's in a big organization like UFC. Some of these ladies don't do that. Some might have done that in the past, so to make some money. But while we get organizations like UFC, that no. But you know, but they said that really Erin was doing was she was putting on a good clinic for herself. Look like here, her striking. She's hitting Jessica Andrade with some good shots. I mean, Jessica Andrade, she's a tough competitor. She is. She's some. It's just someone you really. I'm telling you, it's hard to get past her defense. And Jessica looked like she's just taking it. I mean, she's getting. I mean, I was surprised. From these pictures, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. This girl, she went at Jessica Andrade, and I think that's the thing with a lot of people. I think a lot of people are kind of scared of Jessica's strength, and that's why they rarely ever go straight head at her. Other person that done that was Wally Zhang, who went, when they had that situation when they were going toe to toe, and she was out. I mean, this is probably the rare position you ever see Jessica Andrade in, on face down and ass up. And Erin, she was just so excited because I think she had a lot of people doubting her. I think there was more people like myself, honestly said, this girl was gonna get smoked. This girl was gonna get beat up. And you know what? That when that feeling, like I did something. I beat probably one of the toughest opponents in the game, in this division, because Jessica's been fighting in the UFC for a long time. She just renewed her contract just a few days before this fight, and she can check a change. Also, Jessica, Jessica had OnlyFans. She shut that down. Maybe she should have kept it up just in case she needs extra money. But I understand that OnlyFans is not for everybody, But I'm telling you, this I think this girl, I think she got the goods, and UFC likes to push fighters that they see that they have potential. Like I said, she's only 23 years old. 23. She's still she's still wet behind the ears and breath smell like Similac. I mean, I mean, at 23, what I was doing at 23? I was working my part-time job. I was at home. I was just doing anything. I was at home. Like I said, I had a part-time job where I worked at the gas station on the weekend, and then most of I was at home, or watching cartoons or something like that. But at 23, I wasn't doing much. 23, this chick, she has only one loss on her record, and that's to Tracy Cortez. And that's back in Invicta. And she's now, I think she's in her UFC. In UFC, I think she's 5-0. She hadn't lost a UFC fight yet because I think she beat Molly McCann. She beat Miranda Maverick and a couple other people. But like I said, they wanted to give the push because they saw she had potential. And the thing is about most definitely Didi wife beater. If he's he knows if he sees a girl that looks like they have potential, he's gonna push her. He's gonna push her because the fact is he wants to see them grow. And usually put some of these young fighters against the veteran fighters every now and then, but most times, those fights don't always go out in a good outcome. Like I remember when they put Marina Rodriguez against Randa Marcos. Randa Marcos won that fight. They said it was a draw, but Randa Marcos won that fight. And I remember my man Coach interview Randa said that she had an injury. She needed time to fully recover. But they didn't give her that choice. But what happened to Randa? They cut her after some chick fake that she got knocked out. Now Randa, she's gonna be a mom. I saw that she posted that she's gonna be a mom sometime soon. I think she's gonna have not sure a boy or girl yet, but congratulations to Randa Marcos. I know we'd love to see her come back and compete, but I think if Bellator starts as a strawweight, I think Bellator's talking about doing a strawweight division. They should have done it a long time ago. They got girls fighting at 125 that are too small for 125, who are more 115 girls, who are more strawweight than is 115, 125, then fly. But like I said, hope to see Miranda back. But the future for Erin Blanchfield is bright. Like I said, 23 years old. You know, and you just beat I think one of the toughest fighters in your organization. I think if we put up there, I think Jessica maybe she's right there, a little bit ways from Valentina and Amanda, and also a couple of fighters I can't think of off the hand. If you know who they are, you can let me know. And what Jessica was talking about going back to 115 and fighting for a title shot against Wally Zhang. But this, I don't know. I felt like if she had beaten Erin Blanchfield, especially dominantly, put out a good performance, they probably would have gave her a title shot against Wally Zhang. But now, you know, so what's possibly happening, Jessica? If Jessica stays in 125, she might want to fight. She's supposed to originally fought Manon Ferriot last year, but that fight got called off because something happened to Jessica. She had an injury or something like that, and she couldn't fight Manon. That's where Manon fought Caitlin Chikagian. So, what's next for her? So she go back to 115. Maybe I don't know. Fight Carla Esparza, or because then I don't think they're gonna give her a straight title shot to Wally Zhang. What they're gonna do is they probably have Wally Zhang fight Amanda Lemos. Even though Jessica Andrade submitted Amanda Lemos has gotten 2 wins after a fight. I think after that fight since Jessica Andrade, and I think she's the one that's getting a lot more attention. So I think UCs don't want to feel like they want to give Jessica a fight that she lost the first fight within the first round, barely a minute into the fight. So I don't know if Jessica Andrade's going to get a immediate rematch. I think more likely they're going to probably put against Carla, or they might throw somebody like Maria Rodriguez, or probably either Carla or Marina, one of those two. Paige. I'm talking not Paige Vincent. She's not in fight anymore. Mackenzie Dern. She's been slipping a little bit. They might feed her Yan Janan. Because Yan Janan, she's been slipping. So I think there's a good chance that Yan Janan and Mackenzie Dern might fight. And that's a possibility. And with this fight coming up for the title between Alexa and Valentina, Valentina, she don't care. She fights anybody. Honestly, I don't think if she did win, I don't think they was gonna give Jessica Andrade a rematch against Valentina Shevchenko, especially how she beat her the last time. They usually, if it's like a close fight, or or a fight like I think sometimes they would give you a rematch. As reason why Joanna got a rematch against Rose, because it was a good fight, and Rose knocked out Joanna. She's one of the few people to knock out Bojanglechev. And another one right behind her is Wally Zhang. And they give the second fight because Dana, he likes Rose. He likes Joanna too. He likes her both. He likes them both. But I think he likes Rose a little more. Now, possibly a third fight between Jessica and Rose in the future, maybe. Rose, she did the submission tournament just a while back, and she lost to Gillian Robinson. Rose, she has dealing with stuff with mental issues, stuff like that. She wants to go back, but hey, you need to stay active. You need to try to stay active. You can't do like Joanna, sit out for 2 years and sit in the shade drinking lemonade. You gotta try to stay active. So if Rose wants a comeback fight, maybe fight Marina Rodriguez. They posted that fight a while back, but that didn't happen. No point in her fighting Carla Esparza because Carla Esparza got a number. And that thing, she lets people like Carla Esparza leave in her head. Rose should have beat Carla Esparza. She should have gone all out, but she let this chick live in her head when she beat her about 7-8 years ago when they were competing and on Tough when they started the strawweight division. It's like I said, it's just Rose has to exercise her demons. She needs to see she needs to see psychologists. And that's a lot of athletes. They need to, some athletes, they're too proud. They don't want to admit that I have a mental issue. and they feel like, oh, I can do this, and do that, and I'll be fine. I say, nah. You need to do is you need to seek help, professional help. She comes on, still follow Rose. She comes on YouTube and she does a little more like I think every other Sunday, a little more affirmation thing where she talks to, but you need a little more than that. Just, you need to sit down with somebody, tell what your issues. Maybe if you get those issues out of the way, maybe it makes you a better fighter. Now, but 125, it's still growing. I know people. I gotta give respect to people like Erin Blanchfield who's stepping up. As you know, there's a lot of girls want to dodge the fade. They want to dodge. And sometimes when especially when you're somebody who looks like a possibly contender for a title, they don't want to like one person, Grandma Malaferry, Roxanne Malaferry. I mean, people like JoJo Calderwood. I mean, you just can't be who just fight the fight. You fight because you want to earn, recognition. You want to earn, money. You want to earn a championship. Just fight the fight, and it's just not enough. You want to. We go into this. You go into the octagon. We go into that cage. You're in there to prove yourself, to be the best. Like I said, no one just fights just to fight. If that type of person, he don't last long. They usually get burned out, or they just after a while they take fights that just may even just take a piece off of them. Shorten your life. But like I said, this is just like it's. I would say again, this is a shocker with Erin Blanchard. Also, I was on a live stream with a man, Palm Breaking 99, and somebody posted this. It's a fight that's coming up in about, I think it's going to put about a month. And, I'm just going to mention this quick. It's the return of Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Now, it's been a while since KK fought. I think her last fight was against Felice Herrick, and that ended with her beating Felice, And, this is her fight is going to be against the stripper herself. Yes, she's a stripper. She used to be a stripper, former LFA champion. Now she's been on a 2-fight winning streak of Vanessa Little Monster Donopoulos. And this is, I think, a fight that's, it's like possibly a do or die for either one of them. Now, Karolina, as you know, years ago she was a title contender. She beat Rose Namajunas, and then she faced against Joanna, lost against Joanna, and then she took like a 4-fight slide after that. And then Jessica Andrade knocked her out, and young kid, what's that? Young kid? What's the face? In China, I forgot her name. The other Chinese fighter, she busted her orbital bone, and she was out for at least almost as long as Joanna because she had to have that orbital bone to heal. Then she came back last year, beat Felice Herrick, who decided to retire. Now Felice is going to be fighting in a bare knuckle now. I think Felice probably has a bare knuckle fight coming up. And Vanessa, as you know, she fought against a lady who I did an interview back, Lupe Gutierrez. I'm always proud to remember something. I did an interview with a woman who got before she got the UFC, and that was when she fought Lupe for the LFA strawweight title, and that's been like about 3 years ago. And Vanessa, maybe no more than a year or so after Lupe got into the UFC, she gets picked up in the UFC. Vanessa like to do a little trick where she jumps in the guy's arms, and one time I posted on my IG where she's doing she's with that guy the Schmo. He does a lot of interviews with MMA fighters where she's doing tricks on her on a pole, because she has a book about stripping. She's been stripping for a long time, and now she's more focused on her fighting game. They get her because hey, she's a stripper chick. But this fight's coming up. I think in I believe it's supposed to be in April. No, wait a minute. I'm gonna say no. It's supposed to be May 13th. So I'm gonna say this fight is possibly a do or die for either one of these women. Now, here is where Marbury Silva, submitted Lena Landsberg. I don't know. She could have found a way out of that. it's a knee bar submission, but still, it got to been a way. I mean, maybe just me. Maybe just me. I'm not an expert in MMA or, I'm just a guy who's a fan. But there could have been better ways. She could have hit in the sides and like that. You're in a position. I mean, you know, straighten your leg out, roll over, something. I mean, I think Leon Lansberg, I think she just gave up. You know, and I face the possibility she's on her way out. As you know, she's one of the few women who's originally part of the women who started Bellator and with the UFC. And I think she just said she just announced that. There it is. Thank you so much for all the love and support. This has been a hell of a ride and the start. Fighting is the best thing I've ever done. I give it to me so much, but now I have to move on. I'm done. So she's just at 40 years old. Leah Landsberg has announced her retirement. It's about time. It's about time. I think she's one of those gatekeepers they kept for like up and comers, in the division who needed somebody to test their metal on, so she officially retired. So, but I'm surprised they didn't cut her. She was. I think she had she was on pretty much. I think she hadn't had a win for almost maybe 2 years, and and then this fight against Brenda Silva, who moved up from 125 to 135. I think it was testing Brenda Silva in the weight class, so they threw Leah Landsberg. Usually Leah Landsberg or Gina Malazani when they have a new fighter. So Leah, good luck to you. Whatever you're gonna do, I think she's probably gonna just be probably something like a coach or a trainer, or something like that. I forget. I think she's from, where's this? Let's see. I think she's from. I think Marcus might know. Marcus, I think you know where she's from. I think she's not American. I don't think. If I'm wrong, you can tell me. Oh yeah, my man Marcus. MBS took the name Elbow Queen away from Landsberg. Oh, Marlboro took the name Elbow Queen. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, now you have a new Elbow Queen in 135. That is going to be Mara Breno Silva. So she's a new queen for the Elbow Queen. She's a new Elbow Queen. So now Leah Landsberg can ride off in the sunset. It's kind of like that old cowboy movies when you get the old Fast Gun versus the new Fast Gun, and he beats him. And he rides off in the new. They bury him on Boot Hill, or he's right off in the set, something like that. But like I said, it's just one of the things that happen. I think we get to, especially we get to your age, like especially women MMA. It's just you can't keep doing what you do forever. Especially you want to get a point in your life, you want to settle down, or you want to spend more time with family. I think that's also a factor of it. But this is, like I said, these are things that happen. Now, it's I'm a big fan of one particular fighter. I'm a fan of hers. She just announced last year she left the UFC because they didn't have a fight. They kept her. She was almost inactive all of most of last year because I think she only had the one fight, and that was against Carla Rosa, and then she posted that fight against Aspen Lamb. That is Sarah Muscle McMahon, and Sarah is now in Bellator, and she's gonna make her debut. I think it's gonna be coming up in April, up against Arlene Angerfist Blanco. As you know, Arlene is a three-time featherweight contender. She fought against, 4 times, I would say, 4 times, you might say. She fought against Julia Budd twice, and she fought against Cyborg twice. And her last fight against Cyborg, that was a slobber knocker. I mean, the part where she's when she takes and she tells Cyborg, she takes her fingers, put it down, say, "Come in the middle of the ring." It was a bloodfest. I mean, the first fight, Cyborg did some quick work on Arlene, and Arlene's originally from not Canada. I mean Australia. She's a mom. She also trains out the Jackson Wink gym. Oh my God, Jackson Wink. Oh God. Gym. We call it the Eagle Jackson Wink. So you go to Jackson Wink, you better make sure you have holy water, a crucifix, and three priests and a rabbi with you. Yeah, we walk into that gym. And this is going to be Sarah's 145 debut at Bellator. So I'm a big fan of Sarah. I think, Sarah is all something. She's 41 years old. She's a mom. Her and Ollie they're both women. You know, they're still their twilights of the years. They're both moms. And, they really, really have, they like this. They like fighting. They enjoy fighting. Like I said, it's been since last year since Arlene fought when she fought Cyborg. And she's been ready to come back. So, this is gonna be a test between these two ladies. Like I said, we have Sarah's a good wrestler. Olympian silver medalist wrestler, and Arlene is a former boxer. Arlene's stand-up game is pretty good. So I think this could go either way. If Arlen keeps the fight standing, she probably can, beat Sarah. But if Sarah gets Arlene on the ground and use her wrestling, she probably submit her. So this is a fight that can go either way. But like I said, I'm a big fan of Sarah, man. Greatly, I follow on social media. I make comments, and she likes the comments. I would love to interview with her. I know she's a busy lady. She's a wife. She's a mom. She has her own school where she teaches the next generation of young girls in wrestling. So maybe if she ever has the time, I'd love to have her on and talk to her. But it's been a while since I had a conversation with a lady in any form of mixed martial arts or combat sports. I think my last interview was with Jamie Driver, and that's been about the tail end of last year. And and I love to talk to some ladies in mixed martial arts. But I know like ladies are busy, they got this and that and whatever. I might reach out. I think I might reach out to a couple of ladies who I follow and see if they want to do an interview. Because I just love doing interviews. And, I had posted out an interview yesterday, but something happened, I hope maybe she gets back with me and we can try to set it up today later. And the young lady who was a wellness competitor, Nashali Alma, who was a victim of assault just about a month ago. Also, if you follow me, if you follow my me on my YouTube channel, and also on my Instagram, I got an interview with a lovely lady from France, and that's the lovely Miss Mademoiselle Barbara Majan. And this is great. Me and Barbara were talking a long time. I remember before my OIG got hacked. I remember I was trying to set up an interview with her. I said, "Well, you're gonna be down here in the States competing at the Olympia. Well, we can, if you get here, we can after the show, we can do an interview." But and then everything went to pot with me when my IG got hacked, and I hate that I lost the IG. I had to get some great connections with some ladies, and I'm trying to make some connections now. I got some ladies I reached out to. Got turned down a couple of interviews, but hey, I got some. I probably got some in the pipe coming up. I just got to cross my fingers, hope to get back to me. Let me know because you got to fit with the schedule. Some of these ladies, especially the ones who are still competitive in bodybuilding, they have to be ready for the prep. The season's just going to start up to about, I think next month is the first big show for the season is the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, and there's the Arnold Amateur show before that. So and I might I'm not going to talk about the Arnold because I might mention the Arnold Amateur show because they do have women's bodybuilding, physique, and and figure. But the Arnold main show don't have it at all. So I might try to check that out. See, because I want to support women's bodybuilding, but I would not support the Arnold show. No, because you pushed out 3 true divisions of women's bodybuilding. You have fitness, but still you pushed out physique, figure, and open. So anyway, the future is bright for young Erin Blanchfield. Just 23 years old. Beat one of the toughest fighters in mixed martial arts today. And she called out for a shot for the title. Some face she deserves it. She might. Some face she has a chance. She might not. It's all depending on what person she's going to be up against. If she up against Alexa, I say that I can give that a 50-50 fight. But if she was against Valentina, I don't give her no chance. Valentina, as I said again, Valentina is a master chess player, playing among checker players. And I know if my man X was here, because X he's a Valentina hater. If X was here, he'd be talking like, yeah, now Valentina, maybe Eric. No. See, Jessica Andrade again is one dimensional. All Jessica does do is rush forward, and she uses all her power. While Valentina is a smart fighter, she'll might lose a round just to see and feel where you at and where your skill set's at, then bounce back and just dominate the whole fight. Now, with her fight, other fight with Taylor Santos, but even with that fight with Taylor Santos, Valentina was still working. Even when Taylor had her in positions where she had dominant control, Valentina was still working, and that's why Valentina won that fight. Not because hey, she was still working. Taylor Santos, what's the future? She can't say. Right now, she's stuck in Brazil. I mean, you can't get anybody else to take that person's place, or is it just you specifically? If it's just that one person, you couldn't find somebody. Hey, you know what? You don't have an issue with your visa. You want to come on and hop out with me? I need somebody to work the corner. That's all. But some fighters are superstitious. They usually don't go if they don't have that specific person, like their main quarterman, their main trainer with them. They won't go because like any athlete, there are superstitious. Like I remember, what was his episode of it was the movie Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, where the guy said that he had a football player who wear the same jock strap. He don't wash it because he says flies are lucky. That's how it is. These fighters are very superstitious. They don't want to believe in changing anything because they feel like it might be bad luck to change it. But you could have found anybody because hey, you didn't pay your last group, so that could be one reason why nobody wanted to go with her. She had no corner people, and then for what she was doing, not paying her last team, she got a bad reputation. There's a good chance that Chad Santos is going to sit in Brazil for a good while. She ain't gonna get no fights. You still got Manon Ferriot. She might get a title shot, but they're probably going to want to push Erin a little more because she's American. Manon's French, but Erin's American. And the thing is, a lot of UC fans are very, pro-American, very pro girl next door, and that's what Erin has. He has that girl next door. Erin looks like somebody's little sister. She could be one of my great nieces. Or one of my nieces, that's what she looks like to me. She look like she look like that. Hey, so she comes visit you, say, "Hey, Uncle George, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while." Say, "Oh, hey, Erin, how you doing?" So that's what she looks like. She has those. She's not that beautiful. She's not that ugly. She has that. Kind of like kind of in between. Where it's just good enough that she gets the attention, but not too much attention. That's how she is. But folks, I ain't gonna be on here too long. Just like I said, this is something as I said again, it's kind of quiet right now in the bodybuilding world. Not much to talk about. The Olympics gonna come up in the back to Orlando in November. I wouldn't mind going. I can't afford it. I mean, for me to go there, I have to really. I would like this. If I do it like this, see. I will go check the amateur shows first, and then just stay for the women's bodybuilding physique, and that's about it. No point. Like I said, I might stay afterwards just so I can get to meet some of the people. I would love to, but it costs a lot of money. I'm right now. I'm trying to. I'm waiting for my sister to give me her tax money for carrying me because I get my car fixed, and after that, I get new tires for my car. I was trying to save some money here and there, but always something comes up. It's just that's how life is. My man Marcus Bell, all the way George Page. Do you remember when Cynthia beat Jessica and UFC shot her up the top. Yeah. I mean, and you look at happened to Cynthia Calvillo. You remember, because Cynthia was like Dana was a big fan of Cynthia Calvillo. You remember it was because of someone like Pearl Gonzalez. Cynthia, because she beat Pearl Gonzalez, who only had 2 fights and got cut. I said, what? I'm a big fan of Pearl. I like Pearl's pearls. And they pushed someone like Cynthia Calvillo, and look what she's just been falling off. She got beat by Jessica Andrade. She went to 125. Now she's going back to 115. She gets busted for test positive for weed. And then you have someone like Pearl Gonzalez, who's a good fighter. Pearl right now, she's focused on her boxing career right now. I'm surprised she might need to do some. I thought she might do another bare knuckle fight. I mean, I think one good one will be her and Richard Ostovich. I think Rachel's too busy right now doing modeling stuff. She's put on some, a little bit of weight. She had fought since she fought Paige Van Zandt. That's been about a couple of years. It's been about a couple of years since Rachel fought Paige. But Pearl is, she's focusing on a boxing career. Also, shout out to a lady who I've become friendly with, Miss Danielle Wynn. Danielle got a fight coming up in next month, and she's gonna be boxing. I think and she's been boxing the last couple of times. Danielle's a great person, amazing young lady. Still try to get in contact with her. I hope she best of luck in the upcoming boxing match. I think that might be a good move for her because her last fight may have been almost 3 years ago when she fought in Myrtle Beach. I remember she reached out to me and said, like, George, you think you can come down here? I said, nah, I couldn't afford it, at that time, because like I said, I live on Social Security. When I get my little check, I pay my bills and stuff like that. I'm about broke. I still got a good couple of change here and there, but you know what? I would love to go see one of her fights. I mean, maybe next year I start saving up. I might try to go see one of the ladies who I follow and may fight, especially the ones like, maybe if you have something close, maybe something in Charlotte one day. I might go see. I might go to a UC event in Charlotte, or Raleigh, or hell, Fayetteville. Fayetteville's a lot closer to me. I don't mind going to a UC event in Fayetteville. Because Bellator need to do that. Bellator need to travel like UFC do it. Just don't keep doing fights in Connecticut in the Mohegan Sun or going overseas and do fights. Do fights here in America. Right now, as you know, ever since the situation with Dana White and his wife, California, and I think it's that California is not going to allow UFC any fighting license. And I think the same thing with New York. You should do some fights in California. Scott Coker, if you listen to me, some fights in California and some fights in New York. Because like I said, you do fights in Connecticut. New York's not too far from Connecticut. Come down. You don't have to do Madison Square Garden. Hey, reach out to Jay-Z and try to do it at the at his place. It's not his place. It's the one. It's actually the Russian guy who runs that place. The Barclays. Even though it's not Jay-Z per se, but Jay-Z's one of the partners. Try to do an event in the Barclays. That'd be something great. I mean, come on. That would make it. That would make a lot. Yeah, come on. Right now we're still waiting for Kat Zingano versus Chris Cyborg. I think Kat supposed to fight somebody. I think Marcus, who he's supposed to fight. I forgot who it is. I'm not a big fan of Kat Zingano. She's been talking a lot of junk, lawsuits against Halle Berry, running her mouth back, about Cyborg on steroids, stuff like that. But then you have your issues, and you shouldn't be talking about anybody else's issues. But like I said, this is this is gonna be. I think like now it's kind of like I said, it's kind of you might have good fights coming up in WMA, but still, it's kind of not as comparison to what's coming up, and with the John Jones, Cyril Gane, possible title contendership for some other fighters, But like I said, I'm gonna try to keep up my MMA content as much as I can. Talk about it every now and then, because the fact that my channel is about bodybuilding, but my channel is about women in sports, not just bodybuilding, but MMA. I like to do some interviews with ladies in boxing. I like to do some interviews with some women in wrestling. I'm, hope to reach out to one lady. I'm gonna try to reach out to one lady who I follow. Maybe she might respond because she just had a match about last week. That was a Valentine's Day match against Mr. Marks. Her name is Danny Moe. I hope I can talk to her about doing the interview. I shouldn't just drop the name, but hey, one lady I want to do most definitely I want to do an interview with is La Rosa Negra. I follow her on IG, and would love to interview with her. I know my man Coach tried to interview a while back, but it didn't happen. I mean, I love to do some more interviews with ladies in wrestling and mixed martial arts. Not just bodybuilding. I just want my, I know my bread and butter is bodybuilding, but I want to be expanding my channel. But like I said, folks, I'm hoping that y'all have the rest of the weekend. It's Black History Month. I need to do a video dedicated to the Black women in mixed martial arts and combat sports. I gotta put that together because I only got a few more days left. And like I said, I want to shout out to these ladies of my, people like Tanisha Tennant, Danielle Taylor, Denise Kilhost, can't forget Sarge Eubanks, Shannon Dobson, those sisters like the great Maureen Renault, those sisters who get into sport where there's not that many Black women in mixed martial arts. Other than women who are like maybe Brazilian, but they're still Black, but there's just different nationality, but they're still Black. But maybe we get more sisters get into sport. I know some sisters don't want to get their hair messed up, they want to get hit in the face, but hey, But much respect to Erin Blanchfield for pulling off the I would say the upset of the year. No, sorry, not the upset of the year, but upset for this year. The first upset for this year. I won't say upset of the year, but the first upset in women's mixed martial arts for this year. So we still got at least about another 10 months to go. There could be some more upsets coming up. It's just about timing. It's just about conditions, and just it could happen. Sometimes lightning might strike twice, but it rarely does. So anyway, like I said, I thank my man Marcus Bell for coming through. My man KAL the Wanderer. Like I said, folks, it's about time for lunch for me. I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat. I know I'm trying to eat healthy. I might just make myself a sandwich, but then it's the weekend. Sometimes you don't feel like cooking. You just want to think like, wow, why? I might just go out and give myself something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But like I said, I do appreciate you guys coming through, listening to me, just talking off my butt. Let's respect these ladies in the mixed martial arts games. We'll have some good fights coming up next month. And like I said, I want to wish all my sisters of melanin in the sports of mixed martial arts a very happy Black History Month. And we need, like I said, we need more women of color to step up in the sport of MMA. And we just made it all the way to Page, aka the Emperor of MMA Talk. Don't subscribe. I'm out.